Are you guys ready? So we have Bitcoin getting that little pullback that we've been talking about in the last video. Altcoin's getting a little bit of a consolidation like we talked about in our last video as Bitcoin kind of cools down at the previous all-time high. USDT dominance coming up a little bit as we expected in our last video. So let's talk about it, guys. Are you ready for the biggest blow-off top in crypto history before the biggest bubble pop in crypto history? Let's jump on into it. It's your boy Jordan Cameron back with another video today, guys. In today's video, we're going to talk a lot about our thesis here and gearing up for what I expect to be mass euphoria in the crypto markets, mass euphoria in the stock market, and mass euphoria everywhere that's going to lead to this massive bubble in the cryptocurrency market and the stock market. Before, like we said, ultimately we get that .com bubble 2.0 or the crypto bubble 2.0 crash before we go on our real bull run later this decade. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be going on vacation after this video for this weekend. So I'll be back on Tuesday next week. So I'll be gone for about a week. Hopefully we got the crypto market starting to impulse to the upside by the time I get back, but just wanted to let you guys know in case I'm gone for a week. It's not because the market's up, not because the market's down, but simply because I have a pre-planned vacation this upcoming week. All right, so let's jump on into it. So obviously, guys, for anyone that's new to the channel, we've been discussing this thesis since the lows over here back down in April, that we are expecting the total market cap chart to go on its biggest market cap impulse run to the upside that we've ever seen. Okay, and we've been talking about this ever since Bitcoin was down at this 50 moving average band, and we had the fear of the tariffs and the fear of everything. And despite everyone being scared and selling their portfolios, we were adding here and we were being very bullish at the 50 moving average band, just like in 2024 as Bitcoin held here and had a 2x move to the upside. And just like down here in 2023 as Bitcoin held here and also had about a 3x move to the upside. What will we see now? Well, no one really knows how high Bitcoin's going to go, but I think we have a good thesis here. And my thesis is total market cap going to that 10 trillion point. It's not going to be a straight line up. It's not going to be every day is the most mega bullish day in history. But I am expecting a $10 trillion crypto market cap that gets everyone sucked in and gets everyone, super bullish on the crypto market, just like they were over here in 2021, getting, your cousins, even yourself. A lot of people got in here in 2021. I am expecting a similar type of impulse like this, which gets everyone sucked in here at the highs. Before ultimately we see a .com bubble. Why the 10 trillion point? Well, we've made many videos because of that, but it's the 4236 Fibonacci from the bull market high to the bear market low, right? It's also the top of this rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. And conversely, it's just that timing of looking at where that kind of intersects. All these lines intersect towards the end of this year, which would also be in line with the typical crypto 4-year cycle, which has not proven to be false yet. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what we kind of expect here. So obviously we've been talking about, okay, if the total cryptocurrency market's going to get up to that 10 trillion point, we're obviously going to be also looking at the altcoin market, which is this is the new total 3 ES chart, which is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoins, right? So we are expecting this also to get up to the top of the rising wedge, up close to the 2618 Fibonacci. Last cycle, they had the total 3 top at the 2618 Fibonacci at about 706 billion. So if we see a similar move to the 2618 Fibonacci at 1.74 trillion, which would also coincide exactly towards the end of this year with the top of this rising wedge. If we were to look at, October, November, December, somewhere in that area. But so let's talk about what's going on right now, right? What's going on right now? A lot of people are getting a little hesitant again, and I think it's going to continue to be climbing the wall of worry for a lot of the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. Okay, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. So obviously last video we talked about, okay, Bitcoin's at hit all-time high resistance. It probably makes sense for Bitcoin to pause here for a little bit. Every day's, like I said, every week's not going to be green. We just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight green weeks. Every week's not going to be green. It's okay to have red weeks. Maybe this week is red, maybe it's green, who knows? But that does not stop our thesis that Bitcoin held the 50 moving average band, and we will continue to be bulls until Bitcoin breaks that 50 moving average band. So our thought process is, though Bitcoin could still get a short-term pullback in here, as deep as the mid 90Ks, who freaking knows, we're expecting Bitcoin to push up and make into new all-time highs, which is ultimately going to be the driver of also, if we kind of zoom in here on the total market cap chart, of total market cap. As you guys can see, we're only about a 6% move away for total market cap breaking into new all-time highs. Total market cap breaking into new all-time highs, which we know, just based on previous circumstances, that the weekly candle that breaks the previous all-time high for Bitcoin is what sets the altcoin market in this bull run, right? So back over here in October 2023, we had this final breakthrough candle right here of the new cycle high, October 23rd, 2023. If we look at over here on total 3, October 23rd, 2023, right, was finally when altcoins started to move to the upside right here in October 23rd, 2023. Okay, if we actually take a look over here back on this upside candle, we had Bitcoin breaking into a new cycle high, confirmed with a weekly close. That was the week of November 4th, 2024. Take a look over here, that weekly candle of, this is total 3, the altcoin market, November 4th, 2024 was finally when the altcoins had the impulse. So what we're waiting for ultimately for altcoins is the Bitcoin to get that first weekly close above the previous all-time high. And that's when I believe you're really going to start seeing this total 3 chart and altcoins really start to impulse up. Now, we've already started to see it over here with charts like Ethereum. Okay, if we come take a look real quick at the Ethereum chart, you guys can see, if we get that Ethereum chart up, you guys can see that Ethereum is coming up to a very, very important level here. And that is basically the breakdown. If I get rid of all these boxes, right? We had this previous trend line here, like this, and you guys can see Ethereum's coming up to retest that. If Ethereum reclaims back above that, man, I think this market is really going to start to move. And as we've discussed, what's really going to get this total market cap to the upside, though I do think Bitcoin's going to go higher, what's really going to get this total market cap chart and the mass euphoria in the market, as we've seen in the past, is getting these altcoins to move. And I believe that all starts over here with the Ethereum chart. Get Ethereum back above, and this is what I'm really watching over here for the short term. Get Ethereum back above this previous support that hopefully we're not flipping into resistance. Get it back above here, and this whole thing is a false breakdown. I think we're instantly teleporting back to this 4,000, 4,500, and you're going to see altcoins absolutely skyrocket, especially the Ethereum tokens. Okay, so that's our thought process with Ethereum. Now, let's take a look at some of our metrics here. Okay, some of our metrics, because obviously, our biggest one here is the stablecoin dominance chart. This is why we're so confident that the crypto market is going to go higher, because on this channel, we are looking at this stablecoin dominance chart, okay, being in a Wyckoff accumulation structure in a massive range. So back over here in April, we were confident that the crypto market was going to bottom because that was the top and many, many rejection points of the stablecoin dominance chart. So we were expecting this to reject when we had mass fear of tariffs, mass fear of everything going on. That was a rejection point. So what we're expecting is this come all the way at least back down to the bottom of the range. And that coincides with, we go back over here to Bitcoin pushing higher, right? So stablecoin dominance goes down, total crypto market cap goes up. Okay, so that's our basically our base case. So we're expecting stablecoin dominance to come all the way back down, at least to the bottom of the range, if not make a new low. This move down is going to equal this move up for total market cap. And what we're expecting after that is this to then get an impulse back to the upside and to see people flooding back into stablecoins away from crypto. And that's what's ultimately going to lead to this massive .com bubble 2.0, or the crypto.com bubble. Okay, so right now everything's kind of going perfectly, right? We're slowly seeing this continue to move down. It's going to obviously have days where it gets impulses up and then crypto moves down, but we are expecting this to continue to move down, back down to the range lows. And this is mainly my main thesis and my main driver of why I expect this mass euphoria phase to come for the crypto market, and really for altcoins to be the main driver of that. and to get everyone sucked in and get the mass euphoria into this market over the course of the next 6 months, right? Over the course of the last 6 months of the 4-year cycle, as we've typically seen. Now, what else do we have going for us? Well, we still have global liquidity that Bitcoin should follow. Okay, so if we add on, okay, we got stablecoin dominance that still has room to run to the downside. We still have global liquidity that still gives us plenty of time up until like that's, end of July, at least to the beginning of August time frame, where we could expect Bitcoin to continue to follow global liquidity and altcoins obviously to follow Bitcoin, right? As it's all a train. So global liquidity continues up, stablecoin dominance continues down. We have all the recipe to continue to see our thesis over here play out for total market cap, getting up to that 10 trillion point. We are at our first major roadblock, which is the Bitcoin all-time high. Obviously, we got Bitcoin at previous all-time highs. Altcoins are going to consolidate because people don't know, is Bitcoin going to break out? Is it not going to break out? When is it going to break out? So as you guys can see, if we just zoom in on the altcoins over the course of the last 2 weeks, massive chop, right? Not really down, just a massive chop consolidation for the total 3 chart right below previous resistance. So really still just waiting for the key of, I think we're going to see this at the exact same time, is as soon as you see Bitcoin break through this previous all-time high, that's when you're going to see the altcoins break back above this red box of resistance and really start to impulse to the upside, as we've seen the last 2 impulses to the upside for the altcoin market. So a couple other things, right? Fear and greed index, we're still in greed. Okay, we haven't really reset that yet, which, shows that we still could see Bitcoin pull back a little bit. It doesn't have to, right? During, if we are going to see a mania phase, we're probably going to be in extreme greed for quite a bit. So remember that, but, whenever we're close to extreme greed, it's always a time where Bitcoin could see some type of pullback, and that's why I'm not ruling it out in the short term. Though, like I said, I don't really care about it in the short term too much. Okay, crypto apps still it looks wonderfully beautiful for this continued run, guys. Look over here on the Coinbase app. Coinbase is ranked 313 on the Coinbase app. On Coinbase app is ranked 313 on the Apple Store. Okay, typically when we see highs of the crypto market, we get this close to the top 10. So once again, our thesis is when we see extreme greed and combined with Coinbase app getting close to that top 10, okay? In this bull run, our 2 previous highs, perfectly when Coinbase got to the number 10 or 9 spot, absolutely on the money. And in previous cycles, it got up all the cycle tops, 2017 and 2021. We saw the Coinbase app hit that number 1 spot for approximately about a week before it was over. So Coinbase app still looks wonderful for a continued run. Retail not really entering at the moment, and I think that is absolutely wonderful for some continued upside over here for us over here in the market. So right now, guys, just having patience. Bitcoin waddling right above its previous all-time high. We still would be surprised to see a slight pullback. Still wouldn't be surprised to see altcoins waddle around for a little bit. But ultimately, my thesis still is Bitcoin going higher, total market cap going higher, total 3 going higher, and USDT dominance getting back down to the bottom of the range. It's just a matter of patience at this point. And the best thing you can do during these chop consolidations is prepare your plans for take profits, prepare your plans for any dip buys if you want to be doing that. But just making sure you have a plan for either direction here. Once again, our bull invalidation is Bitcoin breaking below the 50 moving average bands. Right now, those stand at prices of 81,666 to 83,430. So any break below that is when we flip into a bear, right? As previous bull markets have shown. So anyways, guys, I'm out. I'm going to go enjoy my vacation. Thesis still stands. Make sure when this move does happen, if I'm gone on vacation and we start to see some crazy impulses to the upside, remember, do not get carried away euphoria. Do not FOMO in. Make sure you guys are buying when no one wants to. Make sure you guys are taking profits when euphoria hits, because I guarantee you when we do see this move, guys, mass euphoria will be in the markets. No one will believe crypto will go down again. It'll be the same as 2021. People will think altcoins will change the world. And though some may in the future, they all won't. Okay, so let's get it. I'll catch you guys when I'm back from vacation. Be swell out there. Be like a tiger out there. It's been your boy Jordan Cameron. Peace.